Alright guys, we've got the final bosses available on the Final Fantasy VII Vision World. Now in this video, I'm going to be going in and doing my strongest clears. They're going to be quick clears, they're not going to be easy to replicate. For those of you that are looking for more budget runs, that'll come later. But I like doing my quick and easy clears first for those players that just have everything and want a simple, quick, easy guide. So we're going to go to Rufus. He is a human, weak to these elements. We're going to be going with a Thunder team, and the party is built to handle both the sub-bosses. We're going to be doing them on turn 1. At least that's the plan. You know, if you saw my day 1 video, plans do get interrupted sometimes, but I think these are going to be fine to turn 1. Alright, so we're going to start off with Sylvie doing AoE Thunder, Imbue, Amplify, Imperil. We're going to give a big LB buff to 2B, and then we're just going to hit the boss for weakness damage. Savior Lightning is going to triple cast Ruin. This is honestly for the next fight coming up, but it's going to give us weakness damage, which we need on this fight as well, so there we go. Now we're going to do the Break and Scarlet Wave on Laura and Cecil, and then we're going to LB with Chizuru and 2B. So we're going to break and start the chain with these, then we're going to send our Extreme Nova guys, and we're looking for about 2 billion. That's the damage cap. We did 3 point something on one of the person's last hits, so we damage capped. There it is. That was our turn 1 OTK. And we're going to do the next fight. We needed 2 billion, we did 5.8 on turn 1. And I'm going to show you the gear and all after the next fight. We're going to use the exact same team, exact same gear, exact same rotation on both the sub-bosses. So, there we go. Perfect score. And 2B is the real carry here. Chizuru, basically a chain bot. And there it is. Yeah, because the near units get a status bonus in this Dark Visions, or this Vision World, they are really powerful. So are Final Fantasy VII units. If you pulled for Cloud, he'll be getting a huge stat bonus as well. But it makes the near units completely overpowered here. So, unfortunately, we have to do this twice, it looks like, level 1 and level 2. This is the easy level. It's a machine with a break gauge, and it's weak to, among other things, Thunder again. That's why we're taking Thunder to both the parties, and we can use the exact same party. So let's get in here, and we gotta do 2 fights, it looks like. That's fine. So here's the break gauge. We are going to break that gauge. Among the things it's weak to, if I remember correctly, great swords, staves, and rods. So we're going to use Sylvie to imbue the party, all that stuff. We're going to use Savior to triple cast her rod break while dual wielding. And that gets rid of the break gauge. And because our DPS are on Bahamut and Ashura with break gauge bonus learned, we're going to deal a ton of damage. Now this one we need 4 billion. So we're going to go ahead and chain this up and then chain our guys. And we need 4 billion or better. We did 8 something on somebody's final hit. So once again, super easy cap. That is the level 1 though. Level 2 is going to be bulkier. Oh, 16 billion. Yeah, this is level 1. Level 2 is a lot bulkier, but I'm pretty sure we're going to damage cap turn 1 on level 2 as well. Then we're going to be going to the final boss, which is Whisper Bahamut with a different team. And that one we're going to take a little bit more seriously. Let me actually open my turn chart so I'm ready to go here. Alright, yeah, so that one is a 4 billion damage cap. It's like 4.1 or something. But so we have to do level 2 or level normal, whatever. Real quick, same thing, same team. And then we're going to show the gear for this. Then we're going to pop over to the Whisper Bahamut fight. Alright, so we're going to click Sylvie first to do the imbues and all. Imbues, imperils, etc. Then we'll go ahead and use Savior to break that gauge. And with the finish, then let's go ahead and chain this up. Then chain this after the chain builds a little bit. And we need 4 billion here, and someone did 4 billion by themselves, probably 2B. So there it is, there's the turn 1 stuff. Now, I can't stress this enough. Before you say in the comments, I can't pull this. Oh, 8 billion, wow. I will be going back to these later this weekend, but I wanted these to be out first so I can test run a budget run before spending a ton of time really brainstorming a budget run, because I want to test it first. These overpower clears, I brainstormed them, but oh wow, 7 something for 2B. But if these don't work, like these teams, these OTK teams take like 30 seconds to build and come up with because most of the team is naked. So they're very easy, and if they don't work, I don't mind. But for the budget stuff, It takes a lot of planning, and I like to test those before they come out, before I do that. So anyway, budget run stuff later this weekend is the short version of that. So here's the party we're using. So Savior, in the shift form, is just our gauge breaker and hitting for weakness damage. Let's go ahead and show the gear. So she's just dual wielding 2 rods, and one of them is Thunder Element. It's not super important because we're imbuing anyway. But she's dual wielding rods, and she's got Ruin, which is a rod break. You guys probably forgot these abilities existed. Well, and I chose Savior because she's a free unit. She's from the panel quest. Everybody has her. Cecil is just here for the auto LB field, and then a support chainer with Scarlet Wave, Obsidian Bracer to imperil the boss, so that Scarlet Wave always deals weakness damage. If you don't have him, we overkilled by dramatic amounts. You don't need his field. Laura Croft, just a 90 breaker. I gave her a fire weapon, the chain with Cecil. 90 breaker and a chainer, that is it. Sylvie, completely naked. Literally, she is here just for the Thunder Imbue, Thunder Support, LB damage buff, and she hits the boss once for weakness damage. 2B in the base form is, well geared. Don't need gear this well, but there it is, and she is maxed on literally everything. Maxed human, maxed machine, and maxed LB damage. The first, Rufus is a human, the Arsenal is a machine, and then Chizuru, geared well. She is very power crept at this point, so compared to the near units, but also she doesn't get the stat bonus like the near units get. Okay, let's pop over to the final boss, and again, we're going to see if I look dumb. I didn't test run this. Let's see if my planned out party works. We're going for a turn 5 clear with light element, and we're going near unit. So this is an undead, and the damage cap is 10.7 billion. Let's pop over to the built up light team, and we're only taking 5 units. I think that's all we're going to need. We're going to find out. And I left that last party slot empty intentionally so that you can fill with more DPS or more buffers or whatever you want. There you go. But we're taking the near units, because the near units get a massive, massive stat buff that stacks with every other. It's kind of like a leader skill. And this is the power of leader skills. It makes them very, very strong in this fight. So we're going to be killing on turn 5, really just because of A2. If we weren't taking A2, we do a turn 3 clear. We are taking A2, we gotta just wait. So most of the party is going to be literally just guarding for the first few turns, while Cecil is going to start in the base for the LB field, go to the shift, and he's going to be our tank. You don't need a tank. I will be doing clears without a tank, but for this one, we're going to use a tank to make it nice and easy. So we're going to Shelga, we're going to cover, and we're going to resist buff with True Light Veil. So the boss does dark and fire magic damage, non-elemental magic damage, as well as physical damage too. I didn't know he does physical damage. Whoopsie. You see, this is why I like going in later with a proper. Okay, I didn't know he does physical damage. That's an easy fix. That's a real easy fix. I didn't know he does physical damage. So we will spend just a moment to evade our Cecil, who is currently using a lot of gear he doesn't actually need. I was just showing it off with high stats. We don't need all that though. So, whoopsie. Ah, my God. Feeling pretty stupid right now. Whoops. I assumed he didn't do physical damage. That was a really dumb assumption. All right, now we're evading Cecil. Let's try this again. Let's try this again without the physical damage. All right, all right. Let's see if we can do a little bit better here. So we're going to start in the base, go to the shift. And get ready here. Okay. So now we're evading with our tank. Whoopsie. It's not physical damage, it's magic damage. OMG. Okay. I'm not breaking him on turn 1. This is me feeling really dumb at this point. Whoops. Alright. We gotta break the boss, it seems like. Now the boss is broken. Let's try that again. Alright, so we're gonna change things up. We're gonna Shelga. We're going to cover, and we're going to provoke. OMG, I'm looking dumb right now. It's alright, it's alright. We're going to get there. Alright, let's show. Oh my God. That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Okay, I'm gonna adjust my turn chart. We're gonna stop being foolish here. All right, let's have Cecil do Paladin Sword 3 times. Let's just guard you because, you know, I figured we didn't need breaks. I don't know why I was thinking that, but there we go. So now we're using resistance gear and stuff. All right, so we're going to use A2's SLB. Now, if your A2 is not EX3, just skip the SLB. It's okay. You don't really need it. I'm just going for the full damage here. And we're going to go ahead and use the shifted LB of 2B. Wait for this to finish. All right, shifted LB. This turn is non-elemental magic, so we're going to do Omni Cover on Cecil. It's not Omni Cover. We're going to do Omni Cover to calm our battle away. So we're going to do There Is No Task I'm Not Equal To, because that's an 89 magic break. And then we're going to use Paladin Sword for weakness damage, and we can just guard these two yet again. Alright. And here's the Mega Flares. It's a fixed attack. Cecil takes single target damage. Who cares? So now we're going to get ready for bursting for real. So 2B to the base form, where we're going to True Charge, we're going to Supreme Yorha, and we're going to Pod for the buffs. A2 is going to Inorganic, Yorha, and Gentle Trader. Cecil is going to just, again, Triple Sword. Rosa is going to double cast Exorcism on the 2 DPS units, 1 each. And then Venera will just break again. Alright. So there we go. That should have been the rank 1. A little hiccup in the beginning because I didn't break the boss. Whoopsie. Now the boss is broken. We're totally fine. Let's give it a go. So now we're going to use Blue Wave on all our DPS units as they support chain. And we're going to use the LB of 2B. And we're going to do the Hateful Blade of A2. And we're going to go ahead and send our chainers. Wait just a moment. And then send our DPS. And we're looking for 10.7 or better. And we did 5 and a 6, so I know right there that's a guaranteed 10.7 or better. With only 5 units. Slight hiccup in the beginning because I didn't break the boss. That was completely dumb of, oh my god, 19. We needed 10.7. So massive overkill, and this is the quick version, and I will put a timestamp to the fight itself because it's a little embarrassing that I did this unedited. I should really pause the video between fights, and that way I can fix those mistakes. But I figured we wouldn't have any mistakes, but whatever, there it is. 10.3 on 2B and 8.8 on A2. Surprising, because A2 should have done more, I guess variance. But there it is. So yeah, there is the perfect score, rank 1. So I'll show you the gear and all right now. And now I will go back and plan out some cheaper runs. Not specifically budget runs, but cheaper runs. Okay, so we've got a well-geared A2. She's maxed on everything. We've got Undead Killer. There it is. 12,000 attack power. Dark Vision's Katana. Maxed Undead Killer. Our 2B is naked in the shift form. Base form is LB damage versus Undead. There we go. There we go. And she's maxed on everything. Maxed LB, maxed Undead. We've got Cecil starting in the base form for his field. We go to the shift form. We don't need evasion. It's all magical damage. I was right the first time. I just forgot that I didn't break the boss on turn 1. That's kind of a mistake. Whoopsie. Yeah, break the boss on turn 1 and you're fine. And you want some fire and dark resist for your tank. If you're using a tank. If you're not using a tank, just give dark resist to the party and use fire resist on your provoker. Benediction Rosa is just an undead killer. She's got blue wave. And then Venera is just a breaker, got blue wave. We did almost 20 billion. We only needed 10. So if you don't have Rosa, bring any undead killer you want. Ling is fine. If you don't have Venera, bring just a different 90 breaker. If you don't have Cecil, you don't need a tank. A tank makes it brainless. But if you don't want to bring a tank, just give your party resist. I brought a tank because he also gives a field. And then last party slot, bring whatever you want. So there's the day 1 perfect score, and I will be going back for budget runs very soon. See you in a bit.